Hey everyone, what is up? It is Balloon. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, I'm just kind of out of the shower here. My hair is a bit damp and stuff still, but we're going to get into another video today about James Charles. Oh my god, so much is coming out about this James Charles stuff. It is insane. It's like every day there is new stuff coming out, but I am going to issue a little bit of a trigger warning. Some of the stuff in this video in particular is very, very cringe and very, very triggering to some viewers. So I am going to issue a trigger warning because of the content. Some of it does pertain to child grooming and also things of a sexual nature. So if you're triggered by that kind of topic, then please do feel free to click off, go and watch something else. But we're going to get into this one right now. So the alarming bit of today's video is a 16-year-old who came forward, shared a TikTok where he has said to James Charles, "Want to see me come?" And James Charles has replied saying, "Sure." So let's really think about that. That is James Charles saying yes to accepting a video of a 16-year-old boy ejaculating. In the eyes of the law, that is child pornography. Because the guy is 16, he's underage. In the eyes of the law, that is child pornography. I am going to mention, though, that I got this from Deaf Noodles. So if this information does turn out to be false, then this is the source that I got it from. I got it from Deaf Noodles on Twitter yesterday. Honestly, when I was recording that part of the video, I was like, I was really about to vomit because the image, the mental image of James Charles opening a photo of a 16-year-old doing their business, I was like, no, the level of wrong is just too much here. Like, 16 years old. He is a minor. It's illegal. James Charles should go to prison for this, but won't, because I think he paid the guys off. My thing with this is I do think James Charles has been paying off some of these victims that we're seeing come forward with their proof, with their, you know, screenshots and all the things of them opening Snapchats from James Charles. I think that James is paying some of these young guys off to be silent, basically. And the next thing that I'm going to show you now is a clip from a video that came out, I think it was last summer, if I'm right, or maybe last spring. But it was something else that Deaf Noodles shared, and I remember seeing this video at the time. This was one where you've got a 14-year-old boy and his friend both sat down to make a video talking about their experience with James Charles. It is quite disturbing. This is the part of the video that does pertain to child grooming. So again, if you're triggered by these things, skip this part of the video or go and watch something else. This isn't the video for you. What I will say here is when this video came out last year, I do remember it was shut down by everybody. Everybody on the internet was saying, no, this is fake, etc., etc. So these two boys who came forward about James Charles last summer got shut down and they got ignored. So now I'm going to play you this clip and you guys can decide for yourselves what you want to make of it. You know, I'm not going to tell you guys what to think, but I'm going to put the clip in here and you guys can say what you think about the situation down in the comments.
The reason why I'm here today is because Ethan didn't feel comfortable enough filming this alone after numerous threats made to him by James Charles.
Alright, so about a couple months ago, back in March, I would say, one of my homeboys were on James Charles Live, and he's like, bro, like, join this, like, let's just troll him. Like, we're just putting random stuff and just trolling it. My friend was like, yo, like, I bet you want to DM him. And I wasn't thinking anything of it. I said, alright, bet, I'm gonna DM him. So I DM him, and I guess the next day he responds, and he tells me, why do you keep texting me? And I was like, what? I don't keep texting you, like, what are you talking about? And he just kind of ignores the subject because I sent him like a picture back at me, and I guess, I don't know, he finds me attractive or whatever. I don't know what he was hiding in his brain going on. He asked me what my age was, and I told him I was 14 years old, and he told me I was very young. And I said, yeah, and he said, add me on Snapchat because I feel more comfortable talking on there. And so I said, okay, like, let's do it, like, bet. And me not knowing anything, like, I just think that's cool, like, James Charles, like, 18, 17 million followers, like, once we add him on Snap, like, not even in a clout way, like, I'm just saying, like, that's dope, like, an influencer, like, everybody knows who he is pretty much, like, that's awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to interject here. Here you've got this 14-year-old boy come forward, said he was messing around with his friend, and then they went on James Charles' Instagram Live. Then from there were DMs. Then James Charles added this 14-year-old boy on Snapchat. So Snapchat, we all know, people like to do things in the dark on Snapchat because if you add someone on Snapchat, unlike with other social media sites, you know, there are things that can't be traced. You know, if you add them on Snap, then you go and talk to them privately on Snap, you know, it's all that. So this young kid is excited because, wow, someone with a huge social media following is talking to me, as any other teenager would be, right?
And so I thought it was cool, and he just started getting a little too comfortable with me and just pushing it over the limits, knowing I was underage. And I started talking to him about it, and he didn't really believe it until he saw it with his own eyes. James Charles being so pushy and just making me feel uncomfortable to the max. And I honestly, like, he was like, I guess he was trying to get me into thinking I was bisexual or gay, whatever he wants to, whatever y'all want to call it. But he was asking me to send him nudes, and he kept wanting me to go to LA, and he kept sending me nudes, and I kept just sending me a picture back. I didn't respond. I just let him send that picture back to me.
Okay, so listening back to this boy's story now, when he said that James Charles offered to fly him out, that tallies up with the exact thing that James Charles said on the Impulsive podcast, where James Charles was talking about offering to fly high schoolers out to come and visit him. So this corroborates what James Charles said on Impulsive. So yes, James Charles has fully admitted to offering to fly high schoolers out to spend time with him. James Charles has admitted to this stuff. So how is he not getting in any trouble for this? He's publicly gone on a YouTube podcast, Impulsive, and admitted to that. Then this young boy has come forward, shared his story of that exact same thing, and everybody said he was lying.
And he would leave it on open, and then snap me like a few hours later, sending me another picture of his like ass. You know, I'm just gonna say, like, it made me feel super uncomfortable. And so yeah, like, honestly, like.
Okay, so again, this is exactly the same story that we've heard from a lot of other people about James Charles. You know, all these boys, these 10 other boys that have come forward so far this year, they've come forward showing a lot of proof that James Charles has sent them nudes. He's done exactly the same to this 14-year-old boy.
I'm not making this video to cancel him. I'm just trying to help others out there, because there's a lot of kids that are my age that I think it's awesome that James Charles is asking item on Snapchat, but in reality he's trying to make you think that you are something you're not. And I don't want that happening to anybody else. And to all the parents and everybody watching this video, I'm trying to help you out for the future with your kids, and to make sure always like stay in touch, like ask them, like check their phones, whatever you want to do, you know, because like there's people like
James is a child predator. My thing is, you asked him how old you were, and when he told you he was 14 years old, you still continue to try to force yourself on a little kid. So my thing is, like, I don't know, I just don't think that's cool. It's disgusting. You're 21 years old and you want a 14-year-old. Out of all the people in LA, there's 4 million people in LA, and you choose to try to force yourself on a 14-year-old.
Imagine, just go through this exercise with me for a second, and y'all might understand why I'm not making a video about this. Imagine you have a 14-year-old brother, or a brother younger than you. Maybe you're 14. Maybe you have a 12-year-old brother. Okay, right? A random 21-year-old man has been exchanging pornography with your kid brother. Gets caught for this online, and then goes online, claims that he didn't understand what he was doing, claims he didn't know his age, claims that he's a bit of a victim because he was just desperate and has trouble dating, and gets 125,000 likes, and gets to continue posting, and everyone's just going to move on because he quote-unquote addressed it. As extreme as that is what happened. There's no difference between the words I just said and what we just watched. And that is why I am just like, I've legitimately had it. Like, I cannot continue making like 45-minute videos where I just take every single thing and we talk about what led up to this. Because this is just getting to be so much more extreme than like randomly internet things I disagree with a little bit, but I think are funny. There's no growth from any normal person to gain from this. There's no benefit to hearing or learning about this. It's just disgusting. And all of these people need to just legitimately have their platforms removed. I am okay with deplatforming if the platform is used to harm children. You heard it here first, folks. I said the D word. And I legitimately think like any person is probably okay with deplatforming if the platform is specifically the tool that enables children to be hurt.
Okay, so this was popular YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace on a live stream talking about this whole James Charles incident. It is insane. A lot of people from the drama and commentary community are looking to D'Angelo now to actually make a video on this James Charles situation. But as you heard him say there, he doesn't want to do it. He's not going to make a video on it because for D'Angelo, it looks like, oh, well, nothing's going to happen to James Charles. He's admitted to doing this stuff and nothing is going to happen to him. So in D'Angelo's point of view, it's like, oh yeah, okay, let's just deplatform James Charles at this situation, you know, let's deplatform these people who are causing all these problems and hurting children, which, yeah, I can totally understand that point of view. But also, being that D'Angelo made a big video on Shane Dawson, you know, that got 7 or 8 million views, being as he did that, now I can understand why a lot of people from the drama and commentary community are looking to him and saying, hey dude, you know, you might need to make a video about this James Charles stuff now, or take the stuff out of your video, your Shane video that made James Charles look good. You know, it's like they're saying to him, go back and correct yourself because now the situation has changed. I get it. I get that point of view. I really, really do. You know, it does look iffy now if you were supporting James Charles at the time when all the Shane Dawson stuff was going on, and now it's kind of like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook have all been proven right. So here we are, you know. Next thing I'm going to move on to now is somebody called That Girl Shae, who is in the beauty community, spoke out on Twitter last night sharing her thoughts on this whole entire James Charles mess. That Girl Shae spoke out on Twitter saying the beauty community was formed 12 plus years ago before it was corrupted by influencers. It was a place created by those who didn't fit in at school and different social circles. It was for those who loved the art of makeup because it was fun and exciting. It's where we made friends who shared our interests and helped us feel not so alone. Now a handful of people have turned it into a cesspool of scandal, illegal and predatory behaviour. I have so much hate and anger to everyone who has ruined our little happy world. Fuck you for real, James Charles. You are so fucking gross, you should be in jail at James Charles. Then she went on to say, I'm disgusted and horrified to see my wonderful beauty community being looked at with such disgust, thanks to at James Charles and anyone else abusing their power to prey on children. Fuck you and how dare you. Honestly, I can see where Shae is coming from completely with this. I'm somebody who started on YouTube because I like the light-hearted beauty guru kind of drama, tea, and I love makeup, okay? I've only got my base on at the moment, but I'm somebody who does love heavy makeup. I love a lot of eyeshadow, you know. I came here because I was excited about the makeup and, you know, had a particular love of one makeup brand in particular, you know, and then it all got really dark. You know, you're talking about these kind of grooming and essay allegations, all this stuff. You know, this was never the kind of drama that I wanted to cover, that I intended to cover. You know, I was more about talking about things like, oh, Nikita Dragon's come out with a busted little cheap mascara. Oh, Nikita Dragon's come out with a busted looking orange foundation. You know, that's the kind of beauty guru tea stuff that I was talking about. But now my channel has kind of transitioned into talking about all these horrible, dark essay allegations, grooming allegations, R-word allegations, you know, with David Dobrik, the Vlog Squad, all that stuff that we've had going on. My channel has kind of become a much more darker place, I feel like, and it's become a lot less about the makeup, and that was never what I intended it to be. But at the same time, you know, this is James Charles and this is what we're served up in the beauty community. You know, this is the scandal that James Charles is in. So James Charles being a beauty YouTuber, or, you know, somebody who has predominantly been a beauty YouTuber in the past. Now he does a lot of other types of content as well. But somebody from the makeup world, James Charles, this is the scandal that he's in. So my channel, being as me, I like to talk about beauty guru drama. He's a beauty guru, you know, for all intents and purposes. He is a beauty guru. So when it comes to a mess that he gets in, I'm going to talk about it, you know. Unfortunately, this is the scandal. You know, this is it. This is the mess that he's found himself in. It's not pleasant. It's not fun to talk about, really. But, you know, at the end of the day, if we don't talk about it, then it's just going to get swept under the rug and we'll be talking about it again in 6 months, a year, 2 months, whatever. So, with that said, I don't know if you guys watched any of my previous videos, but I shared a TikTok of James Charles where he was using TikTok as a dating app. Now, James Charles, if you ever see this video, James Charles, this is for you. See this? This was me going through the latest issue of Cosmopolitan magazine here. James Charles, this is for you, right? If you're watching. If you're LGBTQ plus, yes, I am as well, great. It lists here some dating apps that you can use. It doesn't mention TikTok here. No TikTok, no Instagram, no Facebook, no Snapchat, okay? Just thought I'd enlighten you there, James Charles. Anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to leave this little video right here. I might be back later on with another one today, depending on how I get on. But please do let me know all your thoughts and opinions on everything in this video, and I will see you soon on the next one. Take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.